Hello, my name is Dan Rice, and I am the President and Chief Executive Officer of the Ohio and Erie Canalway Coalition. And we are so proud to partner with the City of Akron, our neighborhood residents, the Knight Foundation, and all of our partners on the redevelopment of Lock 3. This is just an amazing public space right in the center of our city, and I'm here today with Kat DeMusi, the Director of Construction for Answer Advisory. And Kat, there has just been a tremendous amount of progress since we last visited here, I think including the ice skating rinks in front of the Maynard Performance Pavilion, as well as the landscaping, correct?
Yes.
So why don't we maybe take a look around and you can talk a little bit about some of the improvements.
Sure. So you can see at this point, Dan, we've completed the concrete work for the small ice rink in the wintertime. In the summertime when there's performances, this will be select seating for the performances.
Yeah.
This concrete work, other than the end closure pour, is complete at this point.
I mean, this is really, how big a space is this? About probably what, the 3,000 square feet?
I think it's about 3,000 square feet.
That's what I thought. And so this is going to be in the ice skating rink, which will be more for the programming components, where the bumper boats
or rented out.
That's right, exactly. So basically companies and individuals will be able to rent this space out in the wintertime with the beautiful backdrop of the Maynard Performance Pavilion. I tell you, this is a view we don't normally get, actually. You can really see the beauty of the design of the waves of the Maynard Performance Pavilion, and all those are strong points up there. Those are actually for
theatrical
lighting then, okay.
Yep.
Wow, that's amazing. And then you turn around and you get an amazing view of the lawn space here, right?
Yes, yes.
Wow. This is absolutely beautiful. And then this is something new since we last talked.
Correct. And then I can tell you too, with our next update, we'll be able to see starting next week, there's a metal ceiling that's going to be installed here at the pavilion.
Wow.
And in 2 weeks, we're going to start the sod out here.
Oh, that's
in
fantastic.
The lawn area.
So how about if we take a look at the larger ice skating rink over here?
So moving this way, these guys are actually developing right now the base for this future ice skating rink in the wintertime. In the summertime, it'll be areas for food trucks and gathering. But this is the location of the large ice skating rink. I believe 6,000, 7,000 square feet.
Wow. The contours, it actually has a little bit of a shape to it, right, Kat, I believe?
It does. It's almost a kidney shape.
Because I remember in the design stage, we talked about how that was important with the ice rink events designers, because they talked about the shape makes a difference for actually attracting people to come and actually ice skate.
Correct.
The crews here have just done a fantastic job, and it really, it's even more beautiful than what the renderings looked like.
It is. It's really coming together.
We are so grateful for the Maynard family to allow us to name this absolutely beautiful, one-of-its-kind, unique performance pavilion in honor of Phil Maynard. And I believe we also have other spaces around Lock 3, Kat, that have naming rights associated with them. For instance, the area right in front of us, the larger ice skating rink in the summertime, it'll be known as the Swinson's Game Patio. The Towpath Trail will be known as the Cleveland Clinic Akron General Towpath Trail. The balcony up there on Main Street will be the Francis and Richard Buckholzer balcony. And then you have the Cynthia and Landon Knight Hemlock Walk. And then you have the Rogers family Bloom Garden. And then really one of our key main sponsors that really helped this project come to fruition is the Jonathan James Knight Foundation, and it'll be known as the Knight Lawn at Lock 3.
Which is amazing. That's awesome to hear.
Yeah, and that's a really good point, Kat, because the $17 million project, the city of Akron contributed $6.5 million, but of the $17 million, then that $11 million plus came from individual donors. And I really want to take this opportunity to thank them, and first of all, thank the city of Akron for their incredible generous support, because we couldn't do this project without their support. The Knight Foundation, Akron Children's Hospital, Congressman Tim Ryan and Senator Sherrod Brown, the Summit County Government, First Energy Foundation, the GAR Foundation, and the Akron Community Foundation, and over 150 individual donors. Those donors alone have raised over $3.5 million of individual donors. So we're very grateful to all of those donors for making this possible, because as you can probably appreciate better than anyone, Kat, this is once in a generation opportunity.
Absolutely, it definitely is.
Work that you're doing here and with Kenmore Construction, it's going to be here for another 25 or 50 years.
It is going to transform this city, and everybody is going to enjoy this.
So how about if we take a look at some of those areas throughout Lock 3 that are really going to be enjoyed by those generations to come?
You'll be surprised to see the progress that's been made, Dan.
That's fantastic. So Kat, here we are in the Hemlock Walk. I mean, these trees are way bigger than, they've exceeded my expectations. You know, because sometimes you see renderings, you see these little spindly trees, it's going to take maybe 15 years for them to grow. These are large trees.
We brought in large trees for this project to get it going and shaded early on.
And you see a kind of a mixture of trees here. Obviously we're in the shade now, but in the morning this gets actually to be bathed in sunlight. But then I see as we kind of walk up this really easy, nice, 4.8% grade, places where there's going to be landings for some benches too, right?
Correct. We will have benches on this turn and the walk over here, as well as on the walk down there and a couple over on the other side.
Because I know we spent a lot of time in the design talking about accessibility. Not everybody can necessarily walk long distances.
Correct.
But then the other beauty of this design here, I see a lamp post here for some lighting, but people will be able to come down this nice walkway and go right out onto the night lawn.
They definitely will. On this project, I think we've said in past updates, we have 101 trees. At this point, 88 of them have been planted.
Wow.
And we have about 35,000 shrubs and ground cover plants that are going in.
So let me pause right there. 35,000 plants, right?
35,000. So when we walk away, it's going to look like a completed garden.
That is absolutely beautiful. And I know, that was one of our goals. And actually, if you take a look over here, I mean, you can see the lush, vegetation, the hemlocks. I mean, it almost feels like you're in Canada here, the way they have this designed. And, really all credit in this particular case goes to Answer Advisory, Olin Studios, who actually designed it, as well as our subcontractor, Vismeg.
Correct.
Because they're the ones actually doing the installation here.
Correct.
And I should add too, we are working with the city of Akron on an operations and maintenance plan to make sure that it looks just as beautiful, 5 years from now as it is going to look on day one.
Yes.
So it looks like here we've got the start of some of these benches on the balcony wall.
We do.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. When you talk about accessibility, this really is the ultimate accessibility. It's going to be a great place for people to sit there and possibly even enjoy a concert at the Maynard Performance Pavilion. Maybe come down here and just enjoy lunch. Could be University of Akron students, downtown residents, downtown workers.
Yes. And once it's all said and done, these benches will line this whole wall, and the wood cladding will wrap the entire wall.
Wow. Wow. I know we've been up here several times, but these trees look healthy and they are very large.
They are. They are. It looks like a finished space right now if you look at this direction.
Right. And then when you add in the seating there, it's going to be absolutely spectacular. And then I know also up here we're going to have some furnishings, some movable seating and tables and chairs where people can hang out here. But then also you got this great view of the public space.
Great view of the public space here.
That is absolutely amazing. This is absolutely spectacular. Now we're getting closer to the Rogers Family Bloom Garden, which what I find so fascinating, Kat, is in the design of Lock 3, you have almost these different intricate spaces that have a different experience. You really get a sense for the feel of the space, and then again, you got this beautiful view of the Maynard Performance Pavilion.
The big opening here with access from every direction. It's going to be incredible.
So I'd be curious about one quick thing that has come up a lot in our tours. Some people's reaction is, it's like, this is so big. It's so much bigger than it was before. And my response is, nothing's changed on that. It's the same space. It's just, it's been designed differently. I mean, is that?
Correct. I noticed the same thing. Even to me, it seems a lot larger than it did when we started, but it's the way that everything's oriented in here to open up and gear towards the pavilion, but also open up the rest of the space. I know initially with the old Lock 3, there were a lot of complaints with all the concrete, and even with this project, we were concerned that we would receive those complaints. But as you bring in the wood and you bring in the plants and it all comes together, the concrete itself is basically hidden as pathways, and it's just a big nature area.
That is amazing. And then you mentioned earlier, I think, the sod, and so this is the night lawn at Lock 3.
Yes.
Wow.
And that,
Wow.
once that sod goes down, this will look completely different.
So why don't we take a further walk down here in the Rogers family bloom garden, and I have to confess to you, this is actually one of my favorite spaces.
Why is that?
Well, because it's literally coming into fruition exactly how I imagined it. When you looked on the renderings, you know, you see this beautiful, you know, serpentine walkway, nice gentle slope. I mean, you and I are walking here, we're not stressed.
No.
It's just a nice, easy, gentle walk. We know over here there's probably going to be a landing space. If we want to, you know, stop, you know, have a further conversation or sip a cup of coffee or a beverage. But then what I really find attractive about this space is, as we round the bend and come down here to the lower level, there could be an activity going on the lawn. There could be people playing volleyball, or, you know, maybe somebody doing an acoustical guitar on the Maynard Performance Pavilion. But I get to hear the water.
Yeah.
And a sense of peacefulness.
Yes.
And I don't usually try to pick favored spaces on the highway near Canalway and the Towpath Trail because I don't want to offend anybody. But I got to be honest with you, this one jumped out at me.
Yeah.
Because even now we can hear some of the construction noise, but that's not what I'm
But
focused on.
you're isolated.
Exactly,
here. Yes.
exactly. I mean, to me, this feels like a secret garden.
It does, and you know, it didn't really feel like that until the plants started going in.
Ah.
But it does. It isolates you. We will have a bench up there as well where you can sit secluded back here and not necessarily see everything that's going on.
Exactly. Kat, thank you so much for an amazing video. Once again, it is just so exciting to see the progress here at Lock 3. Every time we come down here, there's something new being added to this great public space. And I am so grateful to you, your leadership, Nashonda's, Answer Advisory, Kenmore Construction, because we really haven't talked a lot about that in the past, but this project is on budget and it is on schedule. And that doesn't happen by accident, it happens because of your leadership. So
Thanks,
congratulations, you're
Thanks.
doing an absolutely amazing job. I also want to thank the City of Akron for your partnership with the Ohio and Erie Canalway Coalition. We could not do this project without your incredible support. I also want to thank the Nye Foundation and all of our funders and all of our donors. Working together, we are truly creating a legacy for future generations. So thank you very much for watching, and until then, take care.